Hey Berkeley viewers, Davielle Boon here with the opulent John Sanders, who is going to be playing Stash, or Black Stash, aka Captain Hook, in Peter and the Starcatcher here at the Curran Theater in SF. Could you go ahead and just tell us a little bit about the history of this play, how it got started, and the plot as well?
Yeah, sure. Peter and the Starcatcher, it is an imaginative, highly theatrical, really hopefully hilarious, epic origin story of Peter Pan. The play started back when Roger Rees, the famous actor who did Nicholas Nickleby with the RSC back in the early '80s, and Disney, kind of because of that, asked Roger to develop and Rick, the playwright, to develop an adaptation to this novel, Peter and the Starcatchers. And so they really started out with going into the Williamstown Theater Festival prop place and grabbing buckets and ropes and just kind of whatever they could find, a lot of the stuff that you see in the show, and starting to like build some of the sequences. And then the script was written a little bit later, and then it went to La Jolla and to their Page to Stage program, and then from there it went to Off-Broadway at New York Theater Workshop, and then from there it got picked up and it went to Broadway and was nominated for 9 Tonys on Broadway.
So something that was really striking about this performance was the fact that the set was incredibly minimalistic, and it was kind of juxtaposed against this really rich imagery-imbued language that you guys were using on stage. So how did that kind of very minimal, basic set affect the way that you approach this role?
The set itself is actually rather intricate, and part of the set is the proscenium, and the proscenium, it fits so beautifully in the Curran here. You don't even think that it's part of our set, but it's this big proscenium with this big golden pineapple up at the top. And if you look closely, it's made of all of these found, everything on the set is made of basically of found objects. And the proscenium itself has like little toys and rolling pins, and it's stuff that you found from the trash, and also a lot of the cities that we are stopping in along the way sent us refuse to use in this in our proscenium, and so I mean that is all about the kind of the kinds of things that you might play with when you're a kid. Then the way that you approach something from an acting standpoint is just to kind of like dive into that playful spirit. So even if you're doing something that's very intricate and very specific, you still kind of have to bring an idea of, what are we going to try today?
What is it that we're supposed to take away from this in particular, Peter and the Starcatcher, that we can't get from Jan Barry's classic Peter Pan or another retelling?
It's almost an anti-fairy tale, this piece. I mean, it has the wistfulness and the heart of Peter Pan, but it also has this underlying, there's a little bit of an underlying melancholy to the idea of someone who never grows up.
In Peter and the Starcatcher, if you fall into this golden pool of stardust, then your deepest, darkest wishes are manifested into powers. So if you, the actor, John, were to fall into this pool of stardust, how would the power manifest in you? What is your deepest, darkest wish?
I would probably be a captain of a starship and live in Oregon.
Oh. Wow. Like the Firefly or something?
Yeah, totally. Like Firefly, except hopefully a little better living quarters than they got on Serenity.
Thank you so much for sitting down and answering all of our questions. I really appreciate it. And make sure to buy your tickets for Peter and the Starcatcher here at the SHN Curran Theater.